called out. And you know, in today's world, we understand that a person can call another person out, meaning in a negative connotation, they call them out on what they have said or what they have done or what they're doing or who they are. And it's like a challenge, or it's like, I'm calling you out on what you said or what you're doing. You understand what I'm saying? You know, some people call other people out like cowards and use things like Facebook and so on and so forth. That's right. Often I make it a habit to avoid the news feed and just... I'm in the right place. You guys live in my world. Amen. But God's calling us out is not like that. And yet it is a challenge. It is a declaration that we have what it takes, or He would never call us out. When God calls us out, He says, I see all of your stuff. I see all of your situations. I see your trials. I see your tests. I see your failures. I see your mistakes. I see the things that you're doing right. I see your love for me. I see, most of all, what I have put in you. The Father has given us His Son. Very intentionally, He showed His love for us. Amen. He had a plan from the very beginning when man fell. We've talked about this often. God is a God who is intentional.
Right. Amen.
The word intentional just simply means to plan out. Right. Or to be deliberate.
Amen.
And so God is very intentional.
Oh, amen.
God is an intentional, generous giver.
Right.
Well, somebody ought to write that down. I know you're all taking notes. God is an intentional, generous giver. So what does this have to do with being called out? God intentionally gives you everything that you could possibly need.
Yes, Lord.
And He will give you everything that you need at this stage in your life. So that as He calls you out from the pack, as He calls you out from the crowd, as He calls you out from the group, and He says, I have need of you. I want to use you. I see where you're at. I see what you're going through, and yet I have placed my greatest gift, Jesus, my Son, into your life. He gave so intentionally and so generously. We know He gave His only Son to die for us.
Amen.
To give us life, and to give us life more abundantly. We know that there is an enemy who comes to steal and kill and destroy, but we have a God who is far greater, an intentional, generous giver who's come to give us life and give us life more abundantly. And it's with that abundant life that we are called out. And God says everything that you need to be well, to be strong, to overcome, and to walk in what I've called you to walk in, I give you, because I have a plan. I made a plan, and I am generous, and generously I will pour out and give to you healing. I will give to you restoration. I will give to you a restart. I will give to you new beginnings, as we heard earlier. I will give to you new strength. I will give to you the wings as wings of eagles. I will give you the wind behind your back. As I was praying earlier, I will give you the wind beneath your wings to carry you through all of the powers of hell. And I will cause you to march forward and be used for my glory. Not used as people use people for what they want to get. No, God says I will use you. And it will be that thing that satisfies the longing of your soul. It will be that thing that causes joy unspeakable and full of glory to feel and flow out of your life. Hallelujah.
Amen.
calling you out. Called out. That's me. That's you. It's not just the preacher. It's not just a special group of people. It's not those with special gifts or talents to play instruments or sing only. It's not just those who preach before a crowd. It's all of us. Today, God says this to you. You are called out. So you're standing with the crowd. You're standing with the fans of Christ.
Amen.
You're standing with those who cheer on Christ and Christ followers. As you stand in the crowd of fans who are cheering on Christ and Christ followers, who are marching to the drumbeat of the Father's heart and are piercing into the darkness to advance His kingdom. You're standing there with the fans, and there is a decision for us to make. Will we step out as He calls us out from among the fans as Christians, believers? We've given our heart to Christ. If not all, most everyone in this room